You know?
Yom.
Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahushai,
Bahashem,
HaKadosh. We give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, and Tasha's truth and will, and citations to hope life, which is truth and honest sincerity. This is Brother Yosap and Brother
Yerah.
We have a couple brothers out of GMS Kansas City camp, because you know they sit down through the spirit, Yahweh Shai. And just meditating on things that's going on in the body, man. And you know, it's a lot of backbiting that's happened. You got, you know, brothers that that have been kicked out or fell away, and you know they're doing a lot of tale bearing on other men, you know, bearing false witness and things like that. It's really a part of prophecy. It's a part of the program that you're involved in, but it is a lot of frustration to have to deal with, you know. So we want to speak on it and rebuke that spirit and edify you as far as the account of the scriptures of that Judas spirit. You know, if you've never experienced a Judas spirit, you know, seeing that, it's something that you can learn from, and it's truth. Lord's will, it don't be you that spirit hops on for you to become that way and do the things that some men do that fall away. But as being a part of a camp and being a part of the church, everything of the scriptures, the Lord is going to put you through physically, you know, so you physically go through the things that are written of. So the body had to experience what Judas did with Yahushai, and that was thousands of years ago. Now fast forward, the church is back up, you know, we've been woken up and we're prophesying and teaching. We're about to experience the things that we read about. Okay? And we're actually going through it right now, man.
Yeah, okay. It's like in the ancient world, you know, you had the ancient persecution, and then you had the ancient councils, and then you had the ancient miracles, man. All of those things are getting ready to happen again, you know. You start seeing guys wilding out, betrayals, these wayward doctrines popping up out of nowhere, man. That's a sign about to be back in the time of Acts, man. You know, like in the ancient world, the men, we were doing miracles, man. You know, and it came with a lot of bug outs, man. Guys coming up to Peter, you know, how'd you do these miracles? You know, coming in their own way. You know, you see the various councils that we had to have among brethren, because it was just a lot of chaos going on, you know. And I think it's going to be turned up 10 times more in this ministry here in Babylon, because this pretty much is the finality, you know.
That's right. That's right. So you're going to have a high level of experiencing disappointment of somebody really betraying you. And it could be amongst you, you know, the men that you prophesy with. And it's a scary thing, because none of us wants to be that person, but somebody's going to be it, you know, so it's going to happen. So when it does happen, you know, don't be surprised by it, and remember the scriptures and the accounts of what was written of. You know, the body went through this, you know, so when you go through it, you know, hey, nip it in the bud, you know, hey, if one eye offend you or one part offend you, you know, pluck it out. Get rid of it, you know, but continue to push on. Don't let it sway you, and don't get in your emotions, your feelings if somebody, you know, bugs out and has to go through tribulation or being corrected, and you get all emotional and you go follow that person.
Right.
Instead of staying amongst the body, you want to go follow that person and hold their hand. No, they have to go through their correction, man. Allow them to be corrected, allow them to come back stronger, you know, because if you don't, and you want to hold somebody's hand the whole way, you're going to begin to do more damage, and the buildup of this person betraying you becomes increase.
Yeah,
the things that they're going to be able to do becomes worse. You know, don't make matters worse by not casting out that person in the first place. You know, to nip it in the bud right then and there, because you got videos coming out of a guy. I'm not going to go specific because I don't know the man. I didn't prophesy with him. You know, he was part of one of the camps. He got removed, and he's going and he's trying to reach out to younger brothers, putting a bad name on Great Millstone and bad-mouthing people, man, lying and stuff like that. You know, bearing false witness, being a talebearer, and we're gonna get that within the scriptures. You're not supposed to be like that, man. Instead of you just taking a correction and better himself as a prophet and increasing and fixing the issues that he had, you got people that refuse to do that, refuse to take accountability. Instead, they continue to mistake and continue to do wrong. So we're going to start off in the scriptures, man, and go into this spirit of the experience that we're talking about. And you're going to have cats like this. If you want to start in Matthew 26 and 21, bro.
Matthew 26. This is Matthew chapter 26, starting at verse.
Let's start at verse 20, Slaki.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 20. And it says, "Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12. And as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me."
All right, so right there, Yahweh Shai already knew what was going to happen. You know, he's Yahweh Shai, man. He's the Lord's only begotten son. So he could foresee everything that was going to happen before it happened. And he knew exactly who was going to do it. Okay, but this interaction, this statement needs to be applied. You got to take it within amongst yourselves, amongst your own brothers, man. Somebody is going to betray you. Somebody is not going to be built up and molded enough to take the tribulation that's to come. Somebody's going to be there to try to rat you out and say, hey, look, they hid over here. They fled into this side of the wilderness.
Right.
You know, somebody is going to fold and may take the sea hit, man. That's a sad thing, hard thing to say, you know, because we love the brothers that we preach with, but it's true. Somebody's going to do it, man. Somebody's not built up and molded enough to, they're just going through the motions, man. But the Lord sometimes works the spirit and he'll weed them out before they even get to that day where they can make that opportunity to do some shit like that. So don't beat yourself down and get so upset and heartbroken if one of the members is not a part of the body no more. It's for a reason, man. You got to follow the spirit and trust the judgments of your leadership. Okay?
Kind.
And you go ahead, bro.
And it says, Matthew 26 and 21, it says, "And as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I?"
Right. So, hey, I remember it was within our camp, our church, our elder, hey, had this conversation with us at one of the Passovers. He said, hey, one of y'all ain't right. One of y'all gonna bug out. One of y'all may betray us. And some months down the road, an individual ended up leaving and departing the camp, you know, and he's not among us no more. He's done some other things and nefarious shit, man, you know, and that caused serious offense to our elders of this camp. And now this brother's not even, he's prophesying with a bunch of carnal men. So that's an example right there, man. You know, another guy that had to get removed, hey, he's slacking on the work, man. He's not even at the highways and hedges prophesying no more. So this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna experience these things, and it's for edification, and it's uplifting that it isn't you when you do actually see it happen. And like, damn, that wasn't me. I wasn't that person. But it can be edifying to you, to the spirit, to say, hey, wow, you know, this is how it works.
Yeah, that's a very scary moment. You could just imagine that, man.
Yep.
You're at the table and the Lord just straight up tell you, one of you are a snake. One of you are going to go off all the way. You know, that's man, that's humbling, man. You know, just imagine that, you know, if you're a sincere brother.
That's right, man.
Anybody that's sincere, that's gonna shake you, man, because you have a certain humility about you, man. Because we know that we're men, and we're susceptible to demons. If the Lord is not with us, man, we would be pure niggas out here, man. You know, and that's why the apostles reacted the way that they did at that time, man. You know, keep going, or it says verse 23. And it says, "And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him, but woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born."
So it would have been better if you hadn't been born, man. And you know what? Because of the person that was going to betray Yahweh Shai, he already had a carnal, off spirit within him. He was already having evil thoughts amongst the brothers, you know, as they were prophesying and moving when Yahushua was doing the miracles. So this person, you know, they know within themselves their thoughts and what they're thinking, and they have evil intentions. And if you're one of those brothers, you're prophesying, but you're looking at somebody else sideways, you know, you're jealous of another brother, you know, you're upset the way that the body moves and makes decisions and how we operate and how we, you know, meet with each other and fellowship. you know, you got a lot of issues. If you have too many issues festering up within you, that's something that you're offended about, you better fucking speak up, man.
Yeah.
Speak up to try to clarify that shit and learn how to rebuke that fucking on the shoulder demon in your ear. You know, you got the fucking angel here and you got the devil here.
Right, yeah.
You know, you got to learn how to use that get from me, Satan, man, because he's in your ear, man.
Yeah.
What he wants to do is try to divide up the body.
Yeah.
And he's going to attack every single church individually. So brothers of GMS Kansas City been attacked, okay? You might have brothers of St. Louis, you know, GMS Jeff City. You may have, you know, other states. You might have the main New York camp, you know. You're going to have an individual that's going to, you know, be tested. You're going to have somebody get in their ear, man.
Yeah.
And if you don't know these scriptures on how to rebuke that and get from these Satan, you know, think about what Yahweh Shai that cow. You know, say, I'll give you down the whole world if you bow down and worship me. He had to rebuke him multiple times. He didn't just fold, man. But some of y'all cats, you secretly within your heart and your mind, you fold into Satan. And you got outward brothers, man.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you bounce and you doing some videos.
Yeah.
Some off the wall crazy ass breakdowns consumed in your pride. And that's a scary thing to watch. Motherfuckers go down that road, man. Especially heads, man. Heads of camps that go down this road.
Yeah, man. That's why the scriptures say that in Proverbs. I forget exactly, but he that ruleth his spirit can take a whole city, man.
That's right.
You know, you have to be in control of yourself. You have to constantly check yourself. The scriptures speak about examining yourself, whether or not you be in the faith. Because the demon will tell you, yeah, you in the truth. You did videos today. But you're not really in the truth. Because you did it out of your own belly. You're scared to get kicked out, and you did it out of certain chip on your shoulder, man, like the brother said. You know? And to be honest, these are little micro tests, man. Because if you're secretly folding to Satan, succumbing to these thoughts and not saying nothing about it, but the Lord is going to test every man in the hour of temptation, man. If you bring it back to the charagma. So if you're failing these small tests, man, what do you think is going to happen? You know, okay, let's say you're in Great Millstone until, you know, the end comes. That don't mean you getting on the chariot.
Right.
Because no brother found you out, man. You know? So you got to be convinced of this thing, man. You got to clear that shit up, man.
That's right, man.
All right? We have high holy days for this, man. When we observe Passover, we getting in the spirit of cleansing all of that out of us, man. All right? We have a day of atonement, man. You know? Because those things are extremely important to not have that shit lingering around you, man. Because a demon is every day we wake up, a new demon is ready.
That's right.
With renewed energy, man. Demons are taking the electrolytes, getting ready to jump back on your ass, man.
That's right,
you
man.
See?
And don't think for one moment that, you know, you're not going to have that conversation with somebody in your ear, man. Telling you think something about a brother. Oh, you know, you can do this, you can do that. You can do this, you can do that. You got some people that have been kicked out and they want to be the leader of their thing, man. Now they call the name of Yahweh Shai as a fucking shaving cream can.
Right.
And a fucking cheap $2 liquor.
Right.
You know, that's crazy, man. And even to say that and hear about it, like, wow, someone would really go off the wall and that nuts to try to change the name of the Lord and do some shit like that. But that's the scary part about it, man. Yeah, and I got a quick precept of it, Sean. This is the book of John chapter 12. This is the account, man, of how you can have somebody among you that already shows signs that they ain't right. Way before. You got to peep shit, man. This is John 12, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, Then Yahweh 6 days before Passover came to Bethany, where Lazarus was which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him. So Yahweh just performed this miracle, right? He just raised somebody from the dead. Already amazing. And you're sitting next to somebody that just did this, man. The Lord's only begotten Son. All right. It says, Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Yahushua, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. So this is some fire oil, man. Smelling real good, man.
Yeah.
Okay, it filled the whole house just from her opening up the box.
Yeah, you know it was when the scriptures actually say it was costly.
Right.
Because the scripture don't just say stuff unless Your shit was costly, man.
Right. She didn't have to burn it or nothing, man. Just opening it. That's how high quality this grade this oil was. Just opening the box of oil, the scent of it filled the entire house. All right. So this was some good stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right. And it says, verse 4, then saith one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him. Okay. So they put this in the scripture for a reason. Pay attention to what he says. Remember who's sitting next to him, who deserves so much honor and glory. And this is what Judas had to say. It says, why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor?
Mm-hmm.
Then he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief and had the bag and bare what was put therein. So he didn't have no intentions of giving it to the poor. He really wanted to take that ointment and sell it for some money.
Mm-hmm.
So right there is, in this account in the scriptures, is letting you know that this guy who walked with Yahushua was off. He shouldn't complain and had any issue with this woman anointing the Lord's only begotten son. You sitting next to just raise somebody from the dead. He had some shit to say, some slick shit to say about this woman doing an honorable thing of taking this ointment, some fire ointment, and anointing Yahushua with it, man. And wiping her hair with on his feet.
Yeah.
This guy had something to say about it. Talking about we need to sell it. We can make some money off this, man.
Right.
See?
Like, what you need money for? You got, the Lord just did a miracle, you nigga.
Right.
You talking about you need money. To buy what? You know, the shit you do with miracles, man? Like,
right.
But that was an excuse. You see? That was an excuse. We could have sold it for money. No, you wanted to get paid, man. Well, nobody else talking about that.
Right. So let's read on further. I'll go back to another account. This is the book of Matthew 26:7. There came unto the same thing. There came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? It's not waste, man. You had them carnal ass thoughts, man. And who was the main one speaking that? It was Judas Iscariot, man. It was clarified in the last precept we brought out. Okay? It says, for this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. They're concerned about making some money. Okay? Then Yahushua, this is when Yahushua understood it. He said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. So enjoy the moment you got the Lord's only begotten son. As you're witnessing all the power and these miracles and power he's giving you, man.
Right. Yeah,
so that's a real nigga spirit to be complaining about that she's anointing him.
Right.
Of course he did. This is the King of Kings, man. Come on now.
Right. And you know, you look up what alabaster is made of. That's a type of stone, man. It's likened kind of like to a marble, man. So everything about that box was high level. Not only was the ointment very high level, but the packaging and everything, man. You can imagine they looking at it like, what the, whoa. Like, you just gonna put that on?
All right.
You gonna waste this? No, it ain't no waste, man.
No, it's not a waste at all, man.
You know, cause that's how a nigga would see it, man. You know, that's the beginning of him marking himself, man. You know, of him. That's when you see a guy acting like that. That's when the Scopeo got to be on him, man.
Right.
You know.
God, that's right, man. You got a precept.
Khan, yeah, I was gonna get that. This in Genesis 3 real quick.
God.
Just to highlight the same spirit that Satan came to in the garden, man. When you have these guys that are in your ear, this backbiting spirit, you know. Really what they're trying to do is come up a different way. They're trying to give you an alternative to glory and immortality, but there is no other way outside of Yahushua, man.
Come.
This is Genesis 3:1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahushua had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And we're likened unto the Most High's woman, man. You know? But it says, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the main point, verse 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. All right? And that's the spirit that a lot of these guys are coming in, this y'all call guy, man. Mm-hmm. You know? Then ain't nothing gonna happen to you, man. Right. You know? Yeah, I don't know, the elders apostle said this and that, but this the real. You know? It's an alternative philosophy. All right? And this is ancient, man. There's always been the same, Satan has played the same trick. Mm-hmm. You know? And he goes to the woman, the weaker vessel, just like these guys are going to younger brothers, man. Right. Because they perceive you to be a weaker, which you are, man. That's why you need a brotherhood, man. Right. You know? And it's the same demonic spirit of coming with subtlety, you know, using guile. Because Eve doesn't know the true nature of the serpent. Right. She doesn't know that Satan is gonna pump and dump her. Right. You know? He said, we're not gonna die. Well, then she's coming back to Adam, like, what's the big deal? You know, why ain't you eating the fruit, you know? Right. Yep. And before that's how discord gets sowed in camps, man. Yep. You know? That's right, man. Ain't that nothing new under the sun, man.
And that's why we're doing lessons like this, man. It's really for the younger brothers coming in, you know, because look at it like this, man. I mean, you've all played sports and stuff in high school or maybe applied for jobs. You always got a motherfucker that didn't make the cut or got kicked off the team. And that motherfucker is salty about the situation. You walking in to go try out and they coming out saying what? Oh, man, you know, these judges ain't shit. You know, this team ain't nothing. They talking shit, you know, because they mad. You didn't make the cut, man. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these guys ain't mad that they didn't make the cut, so they can come up with all types of ways and start tailbearing to try to prevent you from getting on the roster. Yeah. So don't fall for that shit, man. It's your job to make the tryouts, man. Right. Get on that roster, man, or get that job, man. Get that employment. Don't be listening to motherfuckers telling, hey, you just got fired. They probably you gotta, hey, even though you're young in the spirit, you gotta have some type of wisdom about you if you done crossed over and you got this garment on, okay? Mm-hmm. You should have some type of wisdom, you know, not to be listening to some bullshit, somebody talking and you don't know the whole matter. Right, right. You know, there's always two sides to a story, man. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to hear the whole matter before you make a decision. So don't just jump on the bandwagon of somebody that got kicked out and then ride on it, you know, because two people ain't lifting up to the standard. And instead of holding themselves accountable, you want to jump on some fucking bullshit talking train. Mm-hmm. That's not the correct spirit to be in, man. That's a gossiping, feminine ass spirit. Yeah. Yeah. It's that bitter baby mama spirit, man. You know, where she was expecting to get all the glory and the child support. He just don't want to deal with it no more. Like, just move on, man. Right. Yep. You know? And if you were really a righteous man, you would just do the work, man. You wouldn't sit on the sidelines and castigate brothers and denigrate them and scoff at them, right, you know, because there was a disagreement. That's right. You know, that's a whole ass spirit, and the Lord is not dealing with that, man. That's right. It's not manly at all, man. Because if you get out of a relationship with a woman, hey, she'll have all sorts of things to come up with a list to say about you, talk shit about you. Oh, he was doing this, or this, his ride is this, you know, he's this and this and that. All this, you know, list that they got to come up with to make themselves feel more comfortable with their decision. Right. Of being casted away or them leaving to go get another ride. They got to come up with a bunch of excuses to convince themselves that they made the correct decision. So they got to bash you. Mm-hmm. And that's what these fucking cats that be doing, man. So if you ain't a fucking woman, man up, man. Yeah. You know, there's been brothers that maybe have to get, you know, put to the side for a little bit. They got to get suspended. And they've actually came back into the fold because they didn't leave and get on that whole ass spirit. Yeah. They just did the work, man. Yeah. Just continued to prophesy. Right. So when you see an individual that has to be put in the fire like that, use some wisdom and just watch and see how that person moves. If that person doesn't come out doing this, and instead he only does this for the Lord and is doing the work for Yahweh Shem Shai, and he stays on that track, then you know that brother's got a righteous spirit, a sincere spirit about him. They're probably gonna get grafted back in, man. Mm-hmm. But you do gotta watch, man, and don't be listening to these fucking clowns coming up, calling up you younger brothers, man, talking shit. That
Right.
ain't the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, because you know it's gonna be found out like what kind of man you are anyway. Now we know the elect ultimately are not gonna be deceived, but nevertheless, it's still a warning, man. You know, we still have a job to do to warn because there are agents out here that are spies, and ultimately there's just a lot of weak niggas hanging around and they just need to go anyway, man.
That's right.
A lot of you guys are gonna listen because you just needed the excuse to go anyway, man.
Right.
You were just waiting for the right demon to give you enough ammunition to do the thing you was gonna do anyway.
Right.
That's fine.
Just wanted a reason. Right. That's a good point, bro.
Yeah. So that's fine too, man. Either way, we're doing what we got to do, man. We're warning the body. You know, we're warning the sheep because that's the role that we're supposed to play, man. You know, you don't get emotional. Correction, chastisement is for your correction, man. If you get cursed out or you get suspended or whatever the case may be, you know, you have to understand that you're supposed to be corrected towards a certain direction. You weren't going the direction that you were supposed to go. And when a brother chastises you or there's a disagreement, that's what it's for, man. It's not a personal thing where you got to go and become a lifelong scoffer.
Right.
On the sidelines, just
only talking about GMS.
Yeah. It's like, for what, man? A righteous man would put Yahweh Shem Yahushai first, man. You know? And the last thing you need to be on camera doing is airing out a bunch of personal shit. You know?
Right.
Talking about things that you're personally offended by. You know? That's weak as fuck, man. The Lord is looking for warriors, man, spiritually speaking.
That's right, bro.
You know?
I got a quick precept to back up what you're saying. Proverbs 15:10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die.
Don't get no more clear than that, man.
Right.
Look, man. I'm not saying it feel good.
Right.
You know, we're men. You're going to have the emotional reaction, but see, the elect are going to overcome that, man. You know? Man. You're going to think, you're going to like, well, did I do something? Well, could I have done that better? Let me look at it from this brother perspective. You know? That's what a man of the Lord is going to do, man. He's going to have critical thinking skills, and he's going to be in the spirit of examining himself anyway, man. You should be self-examining, man. You shouldn't have to come into a council. Now, councils happen, you know, it is what it is, but you shouldn't have to constantly be brought up on a council, man, because you're supposed to be counseling yourself on the minor things, man. Not letting this shit pile up, a little leaven there, and then brothers keeping score, man.
That's right, man.
You know, holding on to little things. If any brother say anything to me, I'm sure all the receipts. And dump everything out, man. That's the spirit a lot of brothers in. Mm-hmm. And so when a snake nigga comes around, they fall right out, man. Mm-hmm. Those are those guys that leave immediately and go follow these other guys that didn't do the right thing, man. You know?
Right. That's right, man. Ultimately, one more Salaki wrote. Listen to this, man. This is Hebrews 4:12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So when it comes to getting this correction, man, you got to remember, waking up to the truth and learning that you're an Israelite, that itself was getting pierced. You got to remember, yeah, it's a cut. You got cut by somebody letting you know that you're an Israelite. You thought that you should be practicing Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's and all these pagan days, right? And you get cut. You found out that you shouldn't be involved in going to Christian churches. It cut you. Okay, you shouldn't be involved in Islam. It cuts you. So just because you get corrected, you have to accept the correction the same way you accepted the correction to accept the truth of being an Israelite. Okay?
That's right, man.
Not get into your feelings and your emotions. Yes, what the scriptures call themselves, this word is referred to as a sword. A sword is sharp, and if it cuts you, it's going to hurt. So yeah, the truth is going to hurt. The correction might hurt a little bit, but you just got to man up and get over it. Yeah. Okay? You can't just get in your feelings and get all angry or mad, and then you just go on a rant and just continue to go on this downhill spiral of going more and more away from the brothers, the body, getting more and more consumed in your evil thoughts, that this isn't what you're supposed to be a part of, and all this extra shit, and you lose focus of the blessing of the truth, man. Don't let that happen, man.
And it's really an Edomite spirit too, man. You remember how Esau reacted when he lost the blessing, man. He still hurt, man.
Right.
Esau scarred for 2,000 plus 3,000 years, man. This nigga's still mad over the blessing, man.
Right.
Can't let it go. Talking shit. How many times did he come against us, man? Over the millennia and centuries, man. Like, do you see the lot how you are lining up and you behave that way, man?
Yep.
You look like a woman and you look like a fucking Edomite, man.
God.
If that's not shameful, then I don't know what else is, man. I don't know what else to tell you. You know?
That's right, bro.
You had nothing on there, brother?
You go ahead, bro, so I'll cut you off.
Oh, you good, brother. I just wanted to bring this quick one out. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12, it says, "Now if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is," man. And some of you guys, really, a council shouldn't even be the real fire. That's not even the real fire, man. Getting into a council. But some of you guys, you get revealed what you're made of just getting rebuked. You haven't missed any meals. You didn't go none of the Jacob's trouble yet. All right. and look how you're behaving.
Right.
You see? What are you really made of, man?
That's right, man. Hey, look, when you get a counsel, man, watch the people that continue to have something to say and have an excuse. Always got some talking back. Always got an explanation for some shit. Yeah. Some of them get an attitude problem. I done seen it before. Individually try to correct them. I ain't do nothing. I ain't nothing wrong with me. You know, or it's but you know, I wasn't even doing it. And, you know, just shut up, man. Shut up, take the correction, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and somebody that's in that spirit, eventually they're gonna start going the wrong way, man. Because look, we ain't got time to babysit no motherfucking body, man. Y'all men. Okay? You should be able to take a talking to. And if you're innocent and it's something that you really did do wrong, and the person that's going to try to correct you is wrong through the Spirit, the Lord will reveal that unto that elder. You know? You might just need to be built up in another way, so you may be falsely accused for something, maybe, or maybe a misunderstanding on something, and maybe you get suspended, and you really didn't deserve to be suspended, but the Lord wanted it to happen. Maybe you needed to go prophesy on your own to build up your confidence and your, you know, your what's the word I'm looking for? Where your fear, your level of non-fear of going out there. You might have had like a secret. I'm afraid, or you know, I'm scared what somebody thinks about me. So the Lord's gonna put you in a position to build up that level of confidence, man. To build up that boldness. Right. So He may put you in a situation where you something happens and you got to get put to the side for a second, and you really didn't do nothing for that situation, but the Spirit wanted you to be out in that position. And then later you come back into the body and they find out the truth. And you know, hey brother, I'm sorry, Salaki, I was wrong for thinking this about you. It was a misunderstanding. Come back and prophesy with us. That's how it works, man. You got to trust in the process, man, and trust in the Spirit. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. If you just continue to do the right thing, you're gonna be straight, man. Right. So take your correction, man. Quit this talking back shit. You know, there's a time and a place where the elders is correcting you. You may have a time and place to explain yourself. If that's the floor is open, He wants you to, then cool. Speak up, say something. But don't be getting the Spirit every time. And if you're having to be talking to multiple times, over and over and over and over and over throughout the year, there's just shit you're doing wrong here, shit you're doing wrong here. You're getting rebuked here, you're getting fucked up, you're getting cussed out. You're doing too damn much, man. You're not in the right spirit. You need to slow down. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, calm, man. And to be honest, like that's love, man. Calm. It doesn't feel good in the moment, but if a brother really didn't care about you, man, he wouldn't tell you anything. Right. He would let you wither away and
would
die.
Just say,
man.
Get out of here.
You know, but that's off as a leader to do that. Right. So when you see a leader rebuking you, man, that's love, man. That's a righteous thing. God. You know, if you see a sheep wandering off, man, and the same sheep keep leaving the herd, you may have to
Right.
Grab him, you know.
Right. You might have to grab a stick or something. Hey,
the sheep might be like, why you grabbing on me like that? Like, cause you about to go off, get lost, and they ain't gonna be able to find your ass, man.
Yep.
You gonna be out there crying, surrounded by wolves.
Right.
And now I can't. Now I'm compromised. Now I'm not in the position to save you now.
Right.
Because you didn't wander off, man. You know. So that's how you have to look at things. That's why the Lord gives us examples, man. That's why David, his pastime was being a shepherd, man. It was spiritual before he took the kingdom. You know. And that's how we have to see things, man. Look at things through the spirit, man. Constantly examining things.
That's right.
I cannot harp enough about not being in a carnal, fleshly mind state, man. Your flesh will make up an excuse to do any goddamn thing. You know.
And when you speak on that, it also edifies, showing, you know, the character of a good leader, exemplifying patience.
Yeah.
So those that have men under you, learn how to apply patience. Don't learn how to not to get too overly angry at brothers, and you just going off the wall on dude, and you take it too far, and then the brother's like, I don't know if I can be a part of this no more, and you don't want that guilt being on your spirit if you did too much. You know, learn how to have balance. You know, learn how to talk. Just talk, man. As men, you know, yeah, you got to get on motherfuckers and cuss them out sometimes. But there's a way that you can talk to some people sometimes as well to edify that brother.
Right.
But a brother that has enough patience to continue to work with an individual that's amongst the body is a huge amount of love.
Yeah.
Because you got some brothers that don't have no patience, and they just, you know. But the scriptures say open rebuke is better than what? Secret love, man.
That's right, man.
So you should always be saying the water. If you get some type of counsel or rebuke, Salakia, the water, I'm going to do better and move forward.
Yeah, kind, man. Kind. I was going to try to find a quick one.
Kind.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 11, it says, say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel, man? And that's the spirit that you have to be in, even if you have to rebuke a brother. It's not an anger, all right? You may be upset at something my brother did, but at the root of it, it's not an anger, it's a correction thing. You know, it's like the Lord Yahweh said, it's not that I want you to die, it's for your correction, man.
Right. I
want the wicked to turn from his way. That's why I fucked you up. That's why you went into captivity. That's why I put the Assyrians on you and the Babylonians and then the Persians. It's so you could be corrected. Right. And you never sought the correction, so you had to keep getting punished. But it wasn't because the Lord hated us. It wasn't no malice against it. You know, it was a correction, and that's the spirit that a righteous camp leader is going to be in, man. It don't matter how harsher the words may come off, man. You know, if you did something wrong, that's the spirit that a righteous man is going to be in. It's going to be a spirit of correction. It's not going to always feel good, you know. That's
right, and that's another thing too, man. Hey, don't be in your emotional spirits because how somebody's talking to you. If an elder does cuss you out, you know, you got to accept the fact that how a grown man is going to come to you and talk to you. The scripture said about Yahweh Shai, said, I fear thee, for thou art an austere man. He was very harsh. He got on his disciples often. Yeah. And snapped on them, you know. So just because you got snapped on, don't get in your feelings on. He said he talked about me this way.
Right.
He said I was this. Fuck that nigga.
Calm.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, calm.
You're the strong spirit being, man.
Yeah.
Just take it, man. You know, this is the reason why in the military, you go to boot camp, hey, as soon as you get off that bus, what they doing? That drill sergeant is hollering at you, calling you all sorts of names. Why? It's to make you man up, toughen you up, because you've been raised in a fucking feminine ass society, watered down. You can't say curse words. You can't cuss at people. You gotta be a bitch. You gotta be timid and scared everywhere you go. You know, that's what society, American society, is gonna deem as acceptance.
Yeah,
they don't want real men. So once you come into this truth and come amidst the body, you're going to experience real men and real fathers. All right? And that's going to guide you and get on your ass. Yeah. Be thankful and grateful for it, man.
Calm. And it's even more shameful to some brothers that actually were in the military, man, that got talked to like that. You suffered a Edomite to talk to you like that, but then you getting the truth, and all of a sudden you can't take correction, man.
Right.
You know, you let an Edomite talk to you crazy for in the military. I worked in not worked in, but I worked in a certain business where there was a kitchen back there, man. They were serving food. Man, the way them chefs be talking to them people back there, bro.
God, yeah. Hey, watch
I'll be
that
like,
Ramsey,
goodness,
man.
great, yeah. Gordon Ramsay, bro.
Yeah.
A nigga will work in a condition like that, get talked to crazy because they're trying to accomplish a mission. It's not personal. But then you jump in the camp, man, and then got awkward brothers, man, because of how they correct you, man. And the Lord is not dealing with that, man. You can't say it's acceptable from the world and not acceptable for the ministry.
Right.
You know.
God. You have any more, Lou?
That's it, bro.
God, we're gonna probably close it out on this last few precepts in Matthew 26. Start at verse 22 again. It says, "And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I?" So they're starting to question themselves. I'm going to be the one to betray him. I don't want to be. Nobody wants to be that guy, man. You know. So to strive in your spirit the best you can to not be that guy. Try to carry yourself, conduct yourself in the best way. Take correction in the best way. Make the right decisions. You know. Continue to be brotherly. Continue to stay in the scriptures, study and do the work, man. And lift each other up and grow. Okay. And it says, verse 23. And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. So a snake amongst you can be right there with you, man. Right there, going out the way to be with you all the time. You know, you gotta watch people that's going out their way all the time to be seen and get amongst men, and they need to be the one to dip in the same dish as the head of the camp all the time. You know, slow down, man. You know, don't be that person. And it says, the Son of Man goeth, verse 24, the Son of Man goeth as is written of him. But woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born. Then Judas, which betrayed him. He already did the deed, man. He already did it. It says, answered and said, Master, is it I? That's a smart ass shit to say, man. Some slick ass shit. You know you already did it, but you're going to get up in his face and you're going to ask him in his face, did I? When you know you did it, man.
Right.
And that's the spirit of these guys that might be amongst you. And the Lord will weed them out and get them out of there, man. Okay? And it says, He said unto him, Thou hast said. So Yahweh Shai is like, yeah, you know it's you.
Right.
You know? It says, and as they were eating, Yahweh Shai took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, Take it. It says, take, eat, this is my body. And it says, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, Drink, eat all of it. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many of the remissions of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in the Father's kingdom. Okay, so
that's right,
look,
man.
even he continued to do the ceremony, man. Even though this guy was a snake and betrayed him already, you know, and eventually in the point during the supper, he said, "Go now, do it quickly, man.
Yeah, go and get it over with.
Get it over with. You know you did it. You know you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You know." But he continued. So you might have someone that's there with you that continue. They'll continue to partake in the Passover.
Right.
Continue to take in the fellowship, the edifying, the lessons, and all that. They'll continue. So just don't be surprised when you're going to go through experience and all of a sudden this dude gets kicked out. He starts doing some awful shit to brothers. Some snake ass shit. He got to get removed. And he started making videos and doing crazy stuff. This guy had a Judas spirit. He was the Judas.
Yeah.
So count it all joy is not you, and be edified through the situation.
That's right.
You know? So, you got anything else, bro? No. So with that, Lord's will is lessons edifying. I'm gonna close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Hakadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, the great millstone, to truth and will well. Salutations to you, hopeful that person's truth and honest sincerity. And hey, Be edified, man. Until the next lesson. Shalom.
Shalom.